Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I will state a rebuttal for a previous speaker of government side of the house as a opposition side of the house. The first thing our rebuttal is government said that it is justified to back in time as a young adult because we will know of how to approach the same problem. And is it justified to do because we already faced it before, and our side will clearly say no because think about young adult is irrational person, right? It have unstable emotion, still searching for identity and etc. When you are back in time in this age, your mentally and emotionally are still same as you are young adult, right? So congratulations, you have become an unstable babies. So it will bring more harm because of lack of experience and unstable emotion. Even if it will will work, in the end you will become an adult too, right? So young adult again, in the end you will become a young adult again, so it will be a waste of opportunity. So why time of using this button is really important. And the second is the government said that the butterfly effect of the person who push the button is like small things, and it will affect the whole thing in the future, right? So how do you know the thing is really become better when you change a little thing in your life? So it will clearly like the likelihood of it is really small because you are a young age, right? You have an unstable emotion. Because of this, in the end of the day, what you choose are still really small impact in the future. So moving on to our status quo. Our status quo is not enough because when this world have a button where you can back in time with your full knowledge of your previous life is like people have a right to go back in time, right? And doing things he like in their own timeline. So moreover, it comes at using this button in as the young adult age who are still have a unbalanced way of thinking, unstable emotion, and all people will using this button for their own goods, right? It will leads to several problem, and our side means about the problem is as a young age, when you still have a moody things, emotional unstable, you will oftenly make a mistake, right? So and then you back in time in that case. So you become a self-centered person that care of your own goods, your own timeline. That is really a problem in our side means. And our goals here to countering those kind of problem, our goals here make people who have a way to back in time will wisely push the button in the right time with full consciousness, full experiences, full knowledge from yourself, and ready to face it from the start. And it leads to more stable way of approaching the future problems. And in the end of the day, it can make the people happy person. It can make the happy for your surroundings and become more wise when we back in time and can fix the mistake the people for the better. So our mechanism here, using the button in the right time when we already experiencing enough and smart enough in our life and doesn't have unstable emotion as a young adult anymore. So our stances here as an opposition of the house, we will use as a young adult, we will not using the button in the lifetime. So moving on to our BOP, why is it cannot be justified? The first, why is it cannot be justified when you push the button in a young age? And the second is why we should push it in the right time, and why is it will bring more good than harm? And moving on to our argument, the thing about doing back in time as a young adult age, you are still irrational enough to carry out all of your problem, your burden. Like why? Because the first thing, the characteristic you are still unstable and in a mentally and emotion state. You are not ready to for having the problem anymore, even if you are already faced it before, because of this characteristic you will not ready. Why? The first thing, your approach for the same problem are baseless and not strong enough. For example, because of this irrational way, because of this unrational thing, you often leap back in time because an unimportant thing, like broke up with your girlfriend or have a low score in your math school, for example. This irrational thing, it will lead to self-centered doing when you are pushing that button. When you feel happy, you will feel it. You feel doing good, right? So the other people will not have same way because your happiness will not same as the other people happiness. And the second thing, it could be a waste of opportunities because you can use this button once in your lifetime, right? So because when you back in time as an adult, you are not young adult, you are not experiencing enough in your life. Your approach will be the same because law of experiences in your life, it will lead to a reckless thing when you doing or taking this kind of problem. And when you take a different path, even if the butterfly effect will work, the effect could be a worse thing too, because you have an unstable and irrational thing and not experiencing enough in your life, so it cannot be justified in its first place. So, and the second thing is, and the second argument is, comparatively, when you making it in the right time, what a lot of good things could be happen, right? For example, you will become more wise in your current state. You will be careful and thoughtful when you back in time, when you already develop enough and not still searching for your identity anymore, like you have enough consciousness experiences in your life. When you back in time, all things can be fixed more in a wise way, and when no not and you will not no need to rush this. When you are still a young age, you throw away the opportunities to become life fixed in the future with this current state of the time. When you back in pushing this button, it will bring more good than harm, and our goals will be achieved that we want to all the people have in the end happy for its surrounding and become more wise when we back in time. So that's all from me. Thank you.